What up, peoples? Let me share real quick. Y'all know the routine. Make sure you please share. Hope all is well. Let me share real quick. Hope everyone is doing well. Want to say welcome. We're gonna recap the upcoming tour stop. We're gonna talk about the PBA Masters, the Dogwood Invitational. That was this weekend, this past weekend. We also gonna talk about Ty's tournament. Ty got a couple of tournaments coming up. But give me a moment. Let me go ahead and share this. All right. All right. What up, peoples? Come on in. Share, subscribe to the YouTube, the Outside 72. All episodes go straight to YouTube after we finish. All episodes go straight to YouTube after we finish. Straight to YouTube after we finish. Like I said, we're gonna recap the Dogwood. Upcoming tour stop at Delk Road Saturday. Ty Tillery got a 5-gamer going on there. USBC tournament coming up also. People, get a team signed up in the USBC tournament. That's going to be at Lilburn and it's at Lilburn and Lilburn and Roswell, I believe. So we're going to talk about that. Talk about the USBC. I know I talk a lot about the USBC, but I definitely want to, try to grow it. It is a situation where I don't think the USBC is necessarily going somewhere. I think they will have competition coming up in the next couple of years. People will see, what's that to come. But I definitely want to challenge everybody to get a team in there, man. Let's try to get more entries, get more opinions, so we could try to fill these houses up, get more money into these prize funds for the USBC tournaments. So let's keep trying to get those going, get those out there. Dogwood Invitational. I'm gonna go ahead and briefly talk about that while I'm trying to share to these groups. The Dogwood Invitational, I think, is probably one of the best ran tournaments out there. Period. Not even close. The Dogwood Invitational that had a blast. Had a good time. It's always a blast. It's always a good time. It's always ran to perfection. That's why I love bowling the Dogwood. Um, the banquet, I heard great things. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make the banquet this time, but I did hear great things. Definitely looking forward to it next year. Definitely challenge. Definitely, if you haven't bowled the Dogwood Invitational, definitely look them up on Facebook. See where the next one is. They have little. They do other events in different cities, but the main one is normally here in Atlanta. So, but I mean, it is a fun, well ran tournament. It is the best ran tournament that I've ever seen. They just do everything correctly. They don't really do anything last minute. They don't do anything forced. They stick to their routine. And most important about the Dogwood that I love it so much is that they actually have fun. The Dogwood is a great. I can't stress it enough how how good that tournament is. Um, where, all right, almost done. And make sure y'all share it for me. Share. We're trying to get as many people. Tomorrow's show. Trust me. Tomorrow we got an early start time. Tomorrow we start at 9:30 p.m. tomorrow. I got a I got a treat for y'all. I ain't gonna tell you, but tomorrow's show is definitely going to be very entertaining. You don't want to miss it. I have a couple of people from other districts that will be on tomorrow. Going, a little back and forth and also, giving a recap of what's going on. That's one thing I would love to do. I would love to do more recaps of other tournaments. I mean, not tournaments, other divisions in the UBA. And since we're talking about the UBA, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Um, we got a big tour stop coming up. Tour stop at Delk Road, Marietta. It's definitely going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. We got some good matchups. I'm very excited for these matchups. I think it's going to be some good ones. I think these were regular scheduled. I don't think this was the wheel, but I think we are in for a treat. As you can see, we have let me make sure this could get blown up. All right, there we go. All right, we got DSL versus High Caliber, number 1 versus number 2. Oh, first, hold up. Before we get into this, let's take a peek at the standings real quick. There we go. Okay. So my all right, so the standings, we got DSL at 238, High Caliber at number 2 at 224, Critical Role at 198, Southern Asylum at 188, The Outsiders at 177, followed by Full Throttle at 146, Tri-City at 142, and Top Shelf at 130. So it's still a tight race for that third spot. Looks like DSL and High Caliber, they'll be jockeying for position. Clearly, the winner of that will pretty much take hold of the first seed. The number 1 spot of the district after that. Critical Role could make a huge jump, and they can, leapfrog one of those guys out of the think they'll need a lot of help to DSL will have to really tank in order for them to yeah, they would have to lose all. They would have to be a 40-0 for DSL to, for Critical Role to catch DSL after this next stop. I'm talking about. They very well can catch High Caliber depending on what High Caliber do. Southern Asylum coming off a big win against us, the Outsiders, in a nasty. Nobody wants to talk about that last tour stop. It was just nasty. But we do have this next stop. So let me show you the matchups. All right, here we go. All right, so we have all right, we got DSL versus High Caliber. Like I said, that's the 1 versus 2 match. And then we also have the 3 versus 4 match. I'm sorry, we also have the 7 versus 8 match with Tri-City Reapers and the Top Shelf Stunners. That's going to be a fun one. I'm not sure if they played. I think they did play each other once. I'm trying to think where they played, and I think it was early. I want to say it was early when they played each other. But we do have Top Shelf versus Tri-City. That's going to be a battle of who wants to take the next step. Then we have Critical Role versus the Outsiders. That's going to be a big matchup to me. Yes, DSL and High Caliber is the 1 and 2 matchup. But to me, when you have Critical Role and the Outsiders, one of us, like the only reason why I'm saying that this is going to be the match to watch between these two teams and I'm not just saying it is because it's my team. I'm saying it because of the high energy that both teams brings. Critical Role brings the energy just like the Outsiders. That pair is going to be loud. That pair is going to be rocking. There's going to be a lot of noise coming from that pair. And I'm not saying that DSL and High Caliber won't be the match to watch or anything like that. Those two teams are normally, I'm not going to say, I call them mild-mannered. They don't normally, bark a lot unless somebody's barking at them. So it's going to be a good matchup, I think, for both of those, DSL and the Outsiders versus Critical Role. And then we follow it up with Full Throttle versus Southern Asylum. Full Throttle, I think, at this point is playing spoiler. They are in a position to win this tour stop, as they has been, but can they get over that hump? Southern Asylum, can they break into the playoffs? They've been crying about they haven't been heard and they've been overlooked, but here's their chance to force people to look at them, take that next step, get into the playoff hunt and start making a name for yourselves. But the Outsiders and Critical Role, that's going to be a very, very interesting, very, very loud match. But we got some great matchups. I'm loving all these matchups. DSL and High Caliber, the matches of 1 and 2, the top teams in the district right now. Tri-City and Top Shelf, that they're trying to establish themselves. So that's going to be a good matchup. That neither one of those teams want to finish in last. And I'm not going to call it the battle of the last place, but I'm just going to call it the battle to take the next step. Same thing with Full Throttle and Southern Asylum. But Critical Role and the Outsiders. Critical Role, if they take this W, they could pretty much catapult themselves into the playoffs. The Outsiders, they had a chance to really make a mark. We had a chance to really make a mark last tour stop. Like I said, it was an ugly tour stop. No excuse, because we was in a position to win, and we definitely dropped the ball. We definitely should have won that one, but it was an ugly match, and we fell short by 20 pins to Southern Asylum. So and then we end our season with back-to-back matchups against Full Throttle before the position round. So it is definitely going to be a interesting tour stop, these last 4 tour stops that we have going into the playoffs. So we just gotta see how it plans out. I'm excited to see, and if you've been keeping up with the UBA, if you've been keeping up with the show, you already know it's going to be. I think this tour stop is going to be very loud. I think it's going to be the last couple of tour stops. We have not seen high scores. I think we're going to see a lot of high scores at Delk Road. We're going to see a lot of high scores. I think it's going to be a shootout. I really do. I think it's going to be a shootout. High caliber is coming into, but they've proven that they can travel. Their game travels. DSL is DSL. They're the Dirty South Legends, and legend is not a name that they just pulled up out of their tail and started calling themselves. That name is fit for them, for that caliber of team. So it's going to be great matchups. We got Full Throttle and Southern and Silent. They got a couple of folks that bowl out of that league. That bowl out of that house. Full Throttle, I believe. I'm not sure if they have anyone bowl out of Delk, but Delk is not not saying that it's an easy house. That's not why I'm saying it's going to be a lot of high scores. But Delk shot is, you'll see when you get there. But and I think us in Critical Role, the main reason why I think our matchup is going to be the match of the day, the match to watch, I think is because majority of, and it is Critical Role's home house, but the Outsiders have a lot of bowlers that bowl out of Delk Road, and so does Critical Role. Critical Role has a lot of bowlers that bowl out of Delk, and so do the Outsiders. So it's going to be a matchup. It's going to be a matchup. I'm waiting. Another thing I'm waiting for is, where's Kevin at, man? I've been waiting for Kevin. He made a little spoiler video saying I'm gonna be back, and man, we've been waiting. Like I even stepped aside a little bit, to see if he was going to be back. But where you at, dog? We miss you. I miss talking junk with you. I miss, making fun of you on your lives, So I know. So I'm looking forward to this tour stop. I'm always looking forward to a tour stop. I love the energy that it brings. It is a adrenaline rush bowling at the tour stop. So I'll be there. I might bring my trophy. Go ahead and recap the Dogwood. This is the trophy that they gave us for winning. This is winning third place, which is a nice, piece to go on the mantelpiece. As you can see, it does say, oops, my ring light is in the way. It does say it has the emblem on it, which is pretty cool. It's a nice, heavy piece. Shout out to Deontay. Deontay Fields showed up and showed out at the Dogwood. Singles, he shot 803. The brother had out of I think he bowled 9 games. Yeah, out of 9 games, he had 4 279s. That is crazy. That is crazy. 9 games, he threw 4 279s. Shot 803 for singles. I think he shot 770 something for doubles with his dad, and they won first place. I think that's pretty dope to win first place with your dad in doubles. I think he came in second in all events. Came in second to our teammate Mackenzie Robinson, who bowled her tail off. I hate to say it, Deontay had the scores, but I think McKenzie kind of stole the show from him. And I say that because like you 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 just gotta watch her bowl. it's it's you you gotta watch her bowl. It is so smooth. It is a thing of art. I'm not gonna it's so it's you gotta see it. It is beautiful to watch. If you have a chance to ever watch Mackenzie Bowl, it is. So it was we finished third. Um we finished third to our teammate Big, Marvell Battle, who shot 765 in the team event to carry his team to a first place victory. I'm sorry I don't know the other ladies' names to shout y'all out, but shout y'all out for winning first place. That was a dope thing to do, especially with Marvell. He was there just as a sub, so that was pretty cool. Just to let y'all know, this was my team. I appreciate them for letting me let me ride their coattails all the way to third place in the team event. But Mackenzie, she won first place in the team event. I'm sorry, she won first place in all events. I'm sorry. I think Marvell Battle won first place in high series handicap. I think he shot 937 with his handicap, something like that. Marvell, he found something in that. He found something in that in that team event, and he was locked in. So, like I said, a Dogwood throws an amazing tournament. I had a great time, as I always do. But I hate to say it, Reggie, but Deontay that weekend was him. He was balling above the rim. Him. So Deontay was the big winner, the Dogwood. Also, we had the PBA Masters on TV. And if you are a sports fan, if you love this game of bowling, and you don't know who Deeron Booker is by now, I am convinced that you are living under a rock. Because Deeron Booker, inspirational, man. The third African American to ever win a major title. The names that he took out, EJ Tackett, Simonson, it's just like to win your first major in that manner in Vegas, where people are traveling all over the world to come there to compete, and you go undefeated, make it on TV, and just wash the field. To bowl a 651 by the best bowler probably of the year, bowled a 651 or something, 651, and got trampled by a 751 from Deeron Booker was I don't think you can write a better way to win a major, your first major. Especially as an African American, if you just look at his face the whole through, you can see him trying to hold back the tears every time, every match. Every ball that he threw, it was like he was fighting the tears. You could just see his eyes watering up from joy. And it was a joy to watch, man. It was emotional to watch. It was inspirational. It was definitely, I ain't gonna lie, after watching it, I wanted to go and pick up a bowling ball and go out and practice. And because it's great to have representation in a sport that you love, where you don't really see it, where you don't honestly. I talked about it a couple of weeks ago, where I feel like we don't really get the representation that we deserve. Um, why or why not? I don't know. I don't think nobody knows. But to sit there and kick in the door the way he did, nothing but amazing. I had, you know, I will have my kid watching it. I had, people who not really in bowling. I was sending them the video, because it's people we need to know, who look like me. There's kids out there, that really don't know bowling is an option. They don't know that they can possibly make a career choice out of this, and doing something they love, or just even doing it at a high level. Everybody can't jump as high as a basketball player. Everybody can't shoot a jump shot. Everybody can't run fast like on a football field as a football player. Everybody can't ice skate to be a hockey player. Everybody, like there are other games, sports, whatever you want to consider bowling as, but to see and to have kids watching Deeron Booker and know who he is when they walk into a bowling alley for the first time, or back to a bowling alley because they finally see somebody who looks like them. It's amazing. Like right now, he's the LeBron James of bowling right now. And I think this is his second year. And listening to his post game interview, as he's saying he wants to be a great positive representation of the sport. Sir, you're there. You're doing it. You're doing a great job. I will continue to follow you, on your journey. I wish you well. I wish him nothing but more than success. And it was an amazing thing to watch. And I personally, I stopped watching the PBA. Um, Being honest with you, I just got tired of seeing the same five people. I think I said this before. I think that it needs to be broadened. It needs to not be as hard, just to make it appeasing. Um, let's keep it real. Like, don't get me wrong. I hate to say it, everybody can't bowl. Everybody can't bowl a 300. Everybody can't strike exactly when you want to. Yes, you could strike at a high level, but you're missing. You're going to miss. You're human. So if you have these shows on TV and you have more runoffs on TV, like I said, I personally just think it grows. There's room for it. And I'm not saying get rid of what is on TV now. I'm just saying add on to it. And I think that's where a lot of people get confused, and I get kind of tired of explaining it because this is like I'm not saying get rid of it. I'm not saying there's no place for it. I'm saying there is room for it. Let's make room for it. Like there's plenty of room for it. Just like we have a tournament on Saturday. Do you know how many tournaments there's going to be around the country on Saturday? It's not just one. So we can make room. There's plenty of bowlers. There's plenty of aspects. Even the NBA has the G League. They have overseas ball. They have college. They have several things to do other than just that. And they also changed their rules. Far as when you start getting into international play of basketball. So it's not like bowling has to be just one particular thing. It's so much room for so many things. Um, and as we see, Deeron Booker made room for something that we've only seen three times, and that's representation of us. Now I can tell kids like, look at this guy. And yes, I can. Kyle Troop, Belmo, EJ Tackett, Simonson, they're all great. Not taking anything from them. but it's a different when I can pull on TV and I can see a bowler that looks like me doing the same thing that I love to do, knowing that he loves to do it. And I just want to take my hat off, which I won't right now, but you know what I mean, figuratively, take my hat off to you, Mr. Booker, and say congratulations from the outside and on the behalf of the outsiders. I want to personally say congratulations on your PBA win. Very, very inspirational. Very, 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 very deserved. Great work. But we're getting ready to wrap up here. I know today is going to be a short show because I plan on having, I want to make the guest available this weekend. I need to reach out to Mr. Decker, Kevin Decker, this weekend. I need to reach out to Amanda this weekend. I need to reach out to Lawrence this weekend. Robert Sims, who keeps ducking me, who I see every day. Robert Sims, need to reach out to see about coming on this weekend. Tomorrow we have special guests. Tomorrow, 9:30, 9:30 start time tomorrow. Earlier start time than normal because I got a lot in store for y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow's show is going to be highly entertaining. It's going to be fun. It's going to be funny. And it's going to be UBA based. I have two top UBA. I have one top UBA team that will be coming on, and I have one up and coming top UBA team that's going to be coming on. If you have been tuned into the South, you know these two fellas have been going back and forth. No, it is not Clyde. It is not Leonard. I'm letting you know that now. These are two first time, never been on the show before. It's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy it. And you will enjoy it. You don't want to miss it. Trust me. All right. So appreciate y'all for the recap. Tomorrow we're going to recap even further. I'll probably give a little. I'll give predictions tomorrow. I don't care. I just wanted to come up here and really promote. I don't want it. I didn't want to come and in here Friday and not promote the guests that I want to bring on this weekend. And I didn't want to bring them in dry. So if you see this, repost this. Let everybody know we have some amazing guests coming on this weekend. I am excited. I am looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. So, yeah, have a good night.